What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Games for Life podcast, where each and every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday discussing all things games. I'm one of your hosts, Terrell. With me is Arthur Thomas. What's going on, bro? I mean, if you want to
Once
talk.
fucking Zoom lets me click my mouse button to unmute myself, nothing much. Going good, going good. In honor of, the fucking, Popus the main man being, from Chicago. I figured, if the Pope can be American, fuck it. What if Dionysus was AI Bill Clinton with a mullet? Fuck it. So,
Oh my
so,
god.
so I was
Yeah.
eating grape trail and I was like, you know what this reminds me of? Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and fun. He's a Greek god of other words. It's just really long, smart people speak for fun. And I'm like, oh, I should make my background Dionysus. The Pope's, fuck it. Pope's from Chicago. Jesus loves deep dish, confirmed. So I'm like, well, fuck, it would be Dionysus. I'm like, well, if the Pope's American, what if a Greek god's American? Well, what if a Greek god was the next president with a mullet? So, so yeah. Thanks, Google Images and my shitty Photoshop skills.
Definitely a deep cut there. Deep cut there.
Told you my background was like 90% entertaining for me and 10% of like, wow, Arthur, that was a lot of cool fuck.
No, some of your, because you have that meme generator, so you've been going crazy on that into the chat. The one that you did was for, the
May the
fucking
fourth,
KFC
dude.
console was hilarious.
The
The Narcos.
narco meme of him just waiting and waiting. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting. I'm still waiting for my console that could cook chicken.
Right. Right.
It's like, Gamepass is how many games now? Chickens has how many herbs and spices? None of which can get fucking cooked on my console. What? This is not the future our ancestors dreamed up of, okay? We're not on Mars. We're not on the moon. Our game consoles are cooking chicken. What the fuck are we doing as a species? Okay?
We deserve better, damn it.
Yeah. Not by me, but, by other, you know, people. you know. Oh, cool. Hey, how fast, all this weird research. It's like, oh, Harvard did a year's study of how long it takes for rats to, ejaculate. Put half that team on a fucking KFC console. Get done, MIT. What the fuck we doing?
Oh man. Crazy stuff. Well, if you're watching this, hello. Be sure to like and subscribe on the channel. Definitely would appreciate that. That is where Arthur does the streams, the gaming streams of the channel on at G4L Podcast. So definitely stay in tune on that. Obviously, these episodes release as well, alongside with anything really Gamers for Life. Why is this going to be on that channel? So we appreciate your support. So definitely please like the videos there, and then everything else regarding Gamers for Life will still be on linktree.com/Gamers for Life. The number 4 life, one stop link to all things regarding to the show. And here at the Gamers for Life podcast, we read the news while you can watch or listen to what you choose by clicking on the links to the time code within the description of the episode, so so you can go to what segment that you prefer. Or you can just hang out with us here at the Gamers for Life podcast here on Friday, or at least the time of recording is Friday. And yeah, so starting out with the week, one of the first things, there was another GTA 6 trailer, little more based on the story and whatnot. Uh, Still looks really good. It's got that Bonnie and Clyde thing going on. And as we know, still, even after the trailer, or at the end of it, I should say, there is no fucking logo in sight regarding to Windows, nothing regarding to PC release during the time of release or when the game was released. So not only is it coming out next year, it's not coming out next year for PC. It's probably going to be a couple of years, which is really fucking lame. But Arthur, I know you had the burrito bet and said, that shit ain't coming out. I was just hoping they would surprise us, but it seems like they're playing their old regular fucking game-os. So
You forget Rockstar's owned by Take-Two, the guy who didn't give a shit of his own fucking movie, the Borderlands movie, burned. So what
Yeah.
they don't give. Remember, Rockstar is the same company that said, "Hey guys, sorry, our service can't be fixed. They're great. They're amazing. They're the best servers around." And then one guy was like, "Suck my dick, pay me, and I can fix your servers in 2 days." And they're like, "Okay, do it." And he fixed the GTA 5 online loading time by like 70% in like 18 work hours, and they cut him a check for 10 grand. So,
Crazy. As they're making
yeah.
millions of dollars a month. It's like, oh my God.
So shocker, the billion-dollar company that they thumb up their ass, they couldn't figure out how to fix their load times, isn't releasing the game for PC. Like I said, it was a lay above a bet drill. It was low-hanging fruit. And I'm like, I need food. Drill's hopeful. I could take advantage of this.
I just figured that they would give. I thought they were giving some type of a layup, especially given that the game was pushed back. And it's funny the supposed reasons are like, oh, we don't want to imply crunch and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay,
It was
whatever.
like we don't want to play crunch. We want to take advantage of anticipate. We want to balance anticipation. We like to edge our customers. Oh yeah, you're waiting for it, aren't you? Yeah. And then, yeah. So I will say this. Do you want some? I will say some overall good news about about the game getting delayed. There are a ton of gaming companies that just had a sigh of relief of, oh, thank God, we can release our games in 2025. The big man
Right,
isn't here
without
yet.
closing exactly without closing the studios and shit, So I
Yeah,
mean, and then obviously the reason why I say that they would be giving everybody or for them for
crunch.
Take Two for a reason to do it, not just crunch, but also Borderlands 4 is coming out, September or whatever
Same
it is.
same ownership company.
Yeah.
2K, Gearbox,
Yep.
take Rockstar, 2K, and Gearbox. Or
Yep.
okay, fucking 2K, Gearbox, and Rockstar are all owned by Take Two.
Yep.
Um, so it just yeah, it's still you're right, Joel. It's not. It was noticeable. Like Borderlands 4 release date dropped, and then boom, fucking GTA 6 got delayed.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess I'm just not playing it when it releases. I guess, but we shall see. Or I get a PS5. And reason being why I say that is because Death Stranding 2, there's also some additional convos on the old intranets. A lot of gaming developers have played 30 hours of the game, including VGC is one of them, and a Game Informer. It has a bunch of articles surrounding around that as well. And the game looks goddamn good. Really fucking good. And the crazy thing is that all that footage, from like the first trailer and whatnot, all that stuff recorded on a base PlayStation 5, which I found out, which is very interesting. Not PS5 Pro, nothing out in the wild. All the content we're seeing so far is from a base PS5, which is interesting because one, it's one of the best looking games that I've seen from a PlayStation platform in a long time, and it's kind of out showing like the true power of the PS5, really just kind of pushing the boundaries, which I find really fucking interesting.
What was any of it really gameplay, or was it all just cutscenes?
There's a the well, I'm referring to the 30 hours that the journalists were playing from.
And this was
Yeah,
oh,
some of
okay.
it was gameplay. Some of it was gameplay, but some of it was gameplay shown in that 10-minute trailer, where the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything base PS5 was pretty crazy. And promising. But very curious to see how it would look with the Pro. But I don't know, man. Main thing is that the how, because the PS5, when did it come out? Was it 3 years ago? Now?
PS5?
Yeah.
So it's 2020, dude. That was like hard COVID.
Hard. So Jesus Christ, I still feel like
If it feels like only 3 years ago, because
yeah.
that's when lockdowns
Right.
ended. But
Right.
they technically came out during the fat shit, the turd that was
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Because I feel like just because I feel like we haven't really gotten anything And it's kind of weird too. Like out of
It's been
5 years,
it's been half a decade, and we
yeah.
got Ragnarok. It
Like nothing's really to me. Nothing's really pushed the power of the PS5. I mean, obviously Ragnarok, did a little pushing, but like a lot of it has just been fucking remastered bullshit.
what
Remasters and
you mean The Last of Us remastered part 1 and 2 complete edition director's cut redo isn't that good? Fuck you.
that's another thing too. We still, I eventually have to watch these fucking episodes of season 2 for The Last of Us. Eventually, we'll have
You
a
haven't. God
segment.
damn it!
I've not. Are you up to date on the show?
I have HBO. Yeah.
A lot of people have stuff that they don't watch the content. Sometimes they're busy or
Well,
whatever.
here's my excuse. I only have I think I've told you this before. I only have That's literally my only streaming service. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't have Disney. I don't have blah. I don't have Pluto. I don't have Timu. I don't have fucking Tubi. I don't have Vudu. I don't have fucking Paramount. I don't have CBS. I don't have Peacock. I just have HBO. That's all I fucking
Yeah,
got.
yeah.
And let's be fair, in terms of for me at least, for the entertainment I consume, that's really new entertainment I consume. I don't really go to the movies. I live not in the sticks, but not in a, fucking metropolis. So I'm like, dude, my closest movie theater is like 5 miles away. I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, yeah, it doesn't take a lot to get my fat ass to the movie theater. Um, so yeah, Drill. Yes, I have been watching Last of Us season 2. Um, you need to watch it. Watch it. But
How
but
does
here's
it compare so far? Obviously, it's a different like fucking thing. But how does it compare to the first season? Still
I
same
like
quality?
I like it. It's good. Some people are still mad they can't fuck the main character. So they're still on that shit, like, I can't jerk off this show. It's so bad. I'm like, okay, cool. You ever seen the movie
Who's
Elephant Man?
saying that? Who's saying that? The internet is like there's a bunch of people
Yeah,
saying that.
yeah, yeah. They're like, oh, this cosplayer could have done it better. This other chick's prettier. This other chick has cooler hair. This chick has a weird face. And I'm like, really, that's like your standards of how good a movie is? Spoiler, don't watch Elephant Man. That's gonna be a troublesome wink. Like, what the fuck, dude? So,
Wow.
uh, share version we'll get more into after we watch it, but I think I'm only one episode behind. I like the show, mind you. I never played part 2 of Last of Us. I watched the full playthrough of it. I will say the editing I think is a little bit better. It's not perfect. There's still a few creative choices, but yeah, um, watch it.
All right. All right. Definitely, I'll have to check it out. I might have to ask for your password again.
I'll send it to you. You
Okay.
got your own profile. It's lonely.
It's
He
you
watches.
like fill it
He
full of like weird shows. Like I don't remember watching this.
no. It's like it's like watch history. The L word at 2 a.m. Really, Darrell? Really? That's how you're gonna do HBO like that?
Hey man, you got a day off. What do you want to do?
The
All
show is
right.
great, voluptuous writing.
So
What the
speaking
fuck
of
were we talking about?
speaking of voluptuous, Doom: The Dark Ages is on the way,
Well, the
and
Doomslayer's thick. The Doomslayer's thick now confirmed. Like, speaking of voluptuous fat tits,
let's just go with it. Let's
Do-
just go with it.
Doom the Dark Ages has my loins enthralled.
It seems like it's getting a really strong review. I mean, Open Critic I think is giving it an 86. Destin, from formerly from IGN, he's digging it. Video Games Chronicles really enjoyed it. I need to watch. I think they have like a short video on that or something. But it seems like it's everything that I really have hoped for. It's funny because one of my friends He is not a fan of the newer Doom style games because he appreciates more of the horror aspect, I guess, the survival horror aspect from like Doom 3, like from like the Xbox days. So now that ever since, ID and changing it to more action, fast paced shooting, he's kind of been like, I like the old style better. And I heard that this game was supposed to incorporate more of that. Or kind of combine that a little bit, but I know it's also like a bigger world or a more open spaces or what have you. But the game looks fucking good, and it's another kick in the pants positively for Game Pass. So I don't know. I'm trying to make that work, but I'm
I like
excited.
getting kicked in the balls. Do you?
Some people have fetishes. What can I say?
Sorry for audio sorry for audio listeners. When Joe just said that, I made like the weirdest fucking face. Like, I'm not gonna let that slide. It's like a kick in the pants in a good way. Like,
Some people have fetishes. But no, yeah. I mean, I think it's another. I'm trying to make this work, Arthur. We all have so many stories today. Uh,
I'm doing my best to keep a stoic face. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's
no, I
like
know. I'm
it's
saying off. I'm totally
it's
off base stuff.
like a sexy foot. This game is gorgeous. Like, what? Just saying. Just
Some people have
like
fetishes.
like a fat toe I'd like to lick. I want to dive my face into this game.
But time and time again, man. I know Church hasn't been on here. I don't think all year, but or once or twice. But Game Pass. I keep keep coming back to Game Pass. So and for a good reason. There's some pretty solid stuff that has been releasing.
Now,
Now, but and it's also stuff that we kind of see, like I think we expected to be good. Expedition 33, we had no idea. So I'll
no,
be honest in that.
Expedition 3, okay, game, so
Let's talk about that for a
Doom,
second, actually. Yeah.
Game Pass. Doom, and let's transition into Game Pass, little fucking piggies like the lick. So, um, you open Pandora's box with that shit, dude. This is, what do you want me to do? What do you want
No,
me to
it's
do?
fine. It's fine. It's my
Um,
fault.
oh yeah, it's like I gave Arthur a match while he's next to a gasoline tank. That was my bad, guys. Yeah, drill. Um, Game Pass. I've been dick riding Game Pass for years. I got rid of it. After I got rid of it after like, yeah, it was coincidentally around the time of layoffs and price hikes. But here's the thing: the main consumer doesn't give a fuck about layoffs. Most consumers to a point give a fuck about price, but it's all about value. And I was like, okay, you're gonna price hike the service for six and sevens. I just got a PS5. I've never seen a loading screen in my fucking life. Fuck your Bethesda, fuck your loading screen bullshit. I'm out. That counts a Game Pass because I just wasn't using it, right? I know there's people that are like, "Hey, have you played Game Pass? Not in like 6 months. You'll stay paying for it?" Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that's financially irresponsible. Um,
It's called the gaming's gym membership. You don't go, you still get charged.
except Game Pass, you can just cancel that. Gym memberships, they'll fight you.
They will fight you. That's true.
Um, but here you are, man. Game Pass is having a streak of eights that we have, I think, never seen to this caliber and to this frequency all at once. Like even if this is a flash in the pan, this is a big, massive flash in the pan because Xbox is on track, Darrell, to do something it hasn't done, which is have its first party games nominated for Game of the Year. I think it's going on like a 10-year run streak where, yeah, Xbox games have been fun. We can all agree to that. But Xbox games, we can all agree, also validly really haven't had a Game of the Year nominee. I think it's either 8 years or like a fucking decade. Like 2015, like goddamn, that was like Age of Ultron shit. That was like, back when Marvel, had like, its cast. You know what I mean? But here we are, Expedition 33. No one expected that game to be this high caliber. It looked good from the start. Everyone's like, damn, that game looks good. But no one was like, oh, Game of the Year contender, Game Pass day one, because no one ever fucking says that. Rightfully so. And then a week before Expedition 3 comes out, fucking Oblivion Remastered Ghost Drop. That was done so well by Virtua Studios. And people like me were worried. I'm like, oh man, fuck, I hope Expedition 3 doesn't flop. Because understandably, people that would play a turn-based RPG are the same customer bases that would play arguably Oblivion Remastered. But lo and behold, Drill, couple weeks after launch, Expedition 33 peaked more players on Steam than Oblivion, and that to me is unheard of. A new IP to a relatively unknown company having a higher performance sales than uh, a well-known genre-defining game that was Oblivion. And let's be honest, I would argue of all the kind of consoles between PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, and PC, the Bethesda remastered fan base would be PC. And
Yeah.
Expedition 3 made of mostly ex Ubisoft developers, are fucking killing it. And now people are rightfully so saying, rightfully so saying game of the year contender. And now we got Doom the Dark Ages around the corner. Like this is gonna be an Xbox filled. This is gonna be an
Yeah.
Xbox filled fucking Game of the Year awards. And then also too, not too long ago, a game that wasn't as like widespread praised, but I would say critically appraised. We talked about it. I finished it. South of Midnight. I gave South of Midnight an 8. Game Informer, who as far as I'm fucking concerned is really the only really people I look at reviews now, other than like OpenCritic or Metacritic. I mix them up. One of those fucking two. And they give it 8.5. And that's exactly what I said. I'm like giving it 8, 8.5. And so again, South of Midnight, Ghost Drop, Oblivion, Expedition 3, then Doom, and they've updated their roadmap. This is like, and that's this form of entertainment nowadays. It's like the most volatile fucking market ever. Because a couple months ago, people were saying Xbox is dead, Xbox is dead, Xbox is dead, and now we're like, oh my God, they're back and they're the best thing ever. As if like no one was fucking saying Xbox was dead a couple months ago, to a point, including us, because they just have flop after flop after flop, six after six after seven after fucking seven, promising nines, delivering sixes and sevens. So, so I think it's really smart of them that while Xbox is like the fucking, talk of the town, they released the roadmap. I'm still disappointed a little bit. We don't have a date or even a fucking range for State of Decay 3, but the fact it's on the roadmap lets me know, hey, has it been forgotten? So I'm
Right.
still
And
I'm
you've been preaching about that game for, I mean, many episodes on this show, vocally.
yeah.
So
Um yeah, I'm happy to see it. Side note, Game Informer gave Expedition 3 a 9. And I think it's again I think from what I've seen it's well deserved. You've been playing it. What
yeah.
are your thoughts on Expedition 33 and then Game Pass as a whole?
Yeah. No, yeah, man. So Expedition 33, it's a special game for many reasons. And it's a counter to this current gaming corporate culture bullshit that is really threatening. I think the jobs of a lot of gaming developers. This is literally like you just said. Really well is that this is literally a former Ubisoft developer that was like, I'm bored. I want to make something that is going to be an impactful game, and he outsourced these people that worked on the game. Not only the developers, the writer, the composer from found off SoundCloud, writer off Reddit. And this is from a tweet that was posted. Team all junior devs, and it's crazy, crazy good, and it's just based off of talented, passionate people, and they showed improve with the trailer, and obviously it having that collaboration with and this is the benefit of Game Pass too, right? Because if Game Pass wasn't a thing, I don't know if this game would have done as well. I don't know if it would have gotten it's just due, but just because it's also a game that people can stream as well, I think really lifted the light on it, put it into the spotlight. And this is a really, it's just a, I would put this toe to toe with some of the most hard hitting action RPGs out there, which is crazy, right? Like, just as far as for the outsourcing of this game, I would put it toe to toe with some of the best RPGs, action RPGs that have been made. It's really good. You know, it's really good. The action is great. Like, it's really like just like immersive, especially for it's probably the most one of the most immersive turn-based RPGs since I would say like a like a JRPG, a JRPG, but it's it's really interesting as far as like the main character in this like crazy fantasy, like this fantasy world of being kind of like this soldier per se to fight like this underworld, being a part of the Expedition 33. Like this guy's like not doing well, like mentally. He's like, I kind of hate everything, but like it's a very interesting take as far as like you have this character who's not necessarily flawed, but like has like he's got some mental health problems, like he's going through it. Like he's not like he's in a depression state, and he has people around him that kind of like, help like build his spirits or whatnot. But like it's a very interesting take on a main character of a game, or I'm like, this is really interesting, So it almost kind of help adds to the story as far as like how he's going to change and develop as a character and a person throughout the game. The score is incredible. Like finding that guy of SoundCloud, this like I would tie it to like a Final Fantasy. Like that's how talented this fucking composer is. Like some of these piano arrangements, I'm like, fuck, this sounds fucking great. And from my understanding, this is original work. You know what I mean? Like and the reason why this is kind of the special game is because of that. And this is a single player game if I'm not mistaken. So it debunks this single player games don't make money bullshit.
Single player games are dead.
Yeah, that nobody cares about single player games anymore. Like it debunks that shit, and that there can't be a quality game. When it comes to games like this, like this is just literally a passion project. Like this is arguably a an indie project that just has a premium presentation, but it's done in a very indie way, and it's completely the opposite of just the bullshit that these corporations want to impose when it comes to these live service games. They want to have more AI take over shit when it comes to not only just like the game creation, but also like voice acting and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's bullshit. Like you're literally killing the art of games, and this is where the art comes in. Because I get so fucking annoyed. And sorry, slight tangent. Slightly annoyed where people want to say games aren't art. Like this is completely like there's a million examples, right? There's a million examples, and this is one of them. Like it's crazy. Just like it's crazy, just how a passion project turns into this. So this is absolutely game of the year contender. Looking at Steam player count. If you see me look, no worries. Oh, can you tell me what the count is so far?
Yeah, so yeah, Claire Obscura all time peak 145,000. Right now 68,000. Oh, got Legacy Link. I got Legacy Link. I got Legacy Link.
In
I got Legacy Link.
comparison to Assassin's Creed, I know what you're doing.
No. You're okay, you're in the ballpark. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Or
Wait, wait, wait for it. Wait for it. Um, right
oh,
now,
Dragon Age.
nope.
Okay.
Uh, Overwatch 2 in the past 1.8 years, 1.8 years, peaked at 75,000 people. Expedition 33 peaked 145,000. As of right now, Overwatch 2 has 30,000. A single player RPG has more than double that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, right?
New IP, company of like 30 fucking people
Yeah.
with a redditor for a writer, a
Right.
fucking SoundCloud composer. I'm not
Right.
throwing shade at just I'm not throwing shade at like fucking SoundCloud composer. But no, I'm throwing shade at all this like I said, AAA, bloated, overfunded, wrongfully marketed, under delivered, oversold, flop fucking bullshit.
And that's
Um,
the thing, Arthur, is that we've been fed bullshit. Like they've lied to us. I feel like they have lied to us based on the current climate of gaming and the reason why they're doing all this stuff and they're overfunding shit so they can lay off people to give more bonuses. Like this is a pond. Like I'll be conspiracy theorist hat. It's literally a fucking Ponzi scheme. Like they're like these are pure lies. As far as people
money.
aren't buying games, and I was like, no, like people are buying games. It's just you're making the wrong ones. Like you're making the wrong
Su-
ones.
Suicide Squad's dead, which means the gaming industry is over, guys.
I'm just like, it's so fucking frustrating. Um, just seeing these companies act, these high corporation people or whatever, just kind of like lie to the community on like the reason why certain things don't do it. I'm like, that's bullshit. I was like, there's no reason for certain things to be over budgeted. Like, I'm sorry. Like it to me, it almost starts from, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, one of the best action RPGs that's been out, and it gets laid off because quote unquote it didn't sell well per EA numbers. I'm like, go fuck yourselves, guys. So I'm just like, I'm just so tired of it. So I think this is an absolute win. It's an absolute, once again, another situation where, hey, like we passionate projects need to be supported. Especially ones of this particular caliber that's done this fucking well. It's not a 7-8 game. It's not like a game, oh, well, let's support these 7-8 games so they can be better in the future. No, that's not what this fucking is. This is a passionate project that's done really fucking well, and people need to support that. You know what I mean? Like, it shows and fucking proves. It's not a game that's like, okay, well, people need so they can make another one. They're not going to make another one. That doesn't happen anymore. This isn't 30 years ago. They're not going to do it anymore, So this is really important stuff, right? This is really important stuff, and I will be very transparent. I'm in Act 1 right now of Expedition 33, but it just, from what I played so far, it just speaks really well to what everyone's been saying. And then just as far as to the quality of the game, it's not a perfect game. There's a few things where I know you, Arthur, you're very particular on like hair physics. The hair physics aren't the best thing, I would say, of the game. There's a few weirdies. There's few weird things to your point. But as far as like the music in the game, there's a lot of great graphical parts where it's like, wow, that was really cool. The action, the combat, the gameplay, it's very nice. It's very nice, very fluid. It's a solid fucking game. So, and I've been playing on my ROG Ally. It plays really well. It's a great game just to kind of sit up and pick up every now and again, and it auto saves too, right? You don't have to worry about like, oh fuck, I got to start back 10 hours because I fucking forgot to save. You know what I mean? Like, it's very forgiving in that particular aspect. Yeah, and it plays well in the ROG Ally. I'm sure it plays well in the Steam Deck as well, OLED specifically. But yeah, man, those are kind of my thoughts.
Not only.
Oh, I didn't answer your question about Game Pass as a whole.
Oh,
Sorry.
one sec. Well, still in Expedition 33 drill. To continue singing its praises. Remember too, it out French to Ubisoft. Fuck
That's
'em.
right. That's right. That is another
I
nail in the coffin to them.
I can't believe they made wearing baguettes cool for America. I don't know how they did it. I don't know. I'm just a simple dumb, fat American that's like, you know what? Uh, the French, they're all right. They're cool people. Because it's just a running joke of like, the French. But just be honest, it's memes, it's all jokes, it's all fun. Again, I started the intro by saying I'm a fat ass, so again, shots fired at me. But again, I just still like them. Like I said, Joe. We all have our currency. We all have our ear to the ground. My ear to the ground is comment sections and memes. And oh man, the amount of baguettes that have hit my feed of like, of like, it's like someone was like, "Yo, I'm about to get the Expedition 33 drip," and they just went to the bakery section of their fucking grocery store.
That's hilarious. Mad carbs in this bitch.
Um, but yeah, I'm happy, Drill, when you're saying they're lying to us, and I'm like, oh, I'm happy you're seeing the light because remember, you guys used to give me shit because how much I hyped on like Blizzard and all these fuck off remakes. They just straight up lied, and you're like, oh, they're it's
I
not a
was with
thing.
you on that. Don't do
And I
that.
was and I was like, no. I was like, you don't understand. This is the future that'll come to be. And they're like, nah, nah, nah. I'm like, no, you don't understand. If the sun sets, it's gonna fucking rise. And if they're lying to us with the flagship remake, will you fucking imagine what they do with their other games? And here we are. Okay, add to the list of, hey Drill, can you pick up the phone? I fucking called it.
Hey, we've always agreed on those things, though. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think it just speaks to just, I mean, just as far as for us old fucks talking about gaming and stuff, like there's a narrative. I know what we're talking about. Um,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I get it from that's looking in. We're old men screaming at clouds, but guess what? When it fucking rains, fucking called it. You know,
right,
that's what I can
right,
tell you.
right. You didn't bring your umbrella, bitches.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
Ubisoft, the AAA games are is down. It's almost like we've been talking about this for literal fucking years.
yeah,
And the good news is, I'm saying this as if that's a hot take. AAA games suck. What I'm just saying is, I'm glad more people are seeing this, more people are realizing it, because again, money speaks louder than us. Shocker. So I'm just happy to see in the last couple of years, Drill, again, what have been the most popular selling games? 2023, Hogwarts Legacy. The next year had a couple of heavy hitters. Then what? We've had Sun Wukong, Expedition 33, Oblivion Remastered, South Midnight, again, not a mainstream, but a critical success. So and now Doom, The Dark Ages, Indiana Jones was not too far long ago in terms of a single player game. So again, it's almost like when people say single player games are dead, no, bad games are dead. And I am here for it.
yeah. No, yeah, I think it's a great way of putting it. Definitely, definitely. As far as for Game Pass, so you asked me as far as like what is this, what do you think this means for Game Pass? It's interesting, man. I think there's some positives and some negatives. So as far as for the positives, obviously, even though Xbox decides to raise prices on consoles that no one planned to buy anyway, um, Game Pass has been releasing some really great titles, obviously, right? And it is still proven that it's arguably the best value in a subscription service ever. It's just, this just shows it, besides like fucking HBO. Um, Definitely, So the other side of that is that you're going to have all of they're going to have the autonomy to raise the price of Game Pass, and I mean nobody can really do anything about it unless it's like I mean it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, well, if you have these powerful games that are going to be on Game Pass, and then people are they're using Game Pass in various ways. Say folks to me that don't have an Xbox or whatever the case may be, they decide to have Game Pass. They get up the cost, and I think people are just going to end up paying it. Obviously, I think there's going to be a line drawn where it's like, okay, this is too much money. Like I know there's a lot of content on here, but this is too much money, and I'm curious to see how much people are willing to pay, given that. And right now the roadmap is good, right? But there was a point where the roadmap was not, right? So if that roadmap gets a little shittier, what is that going to mean for, are we going to see a huge fucking dip in Game Pass subscribers? And obviously people can, when they start up, they can, when they can stop and start whenever they want. But I'm just curious to see how just how much of like how they're gonna raise it, and how that control is going to be. I think $20 is very reasonable, and I know we talked about the last episode. We were saying like 25 is probably going to be the next thing before the end of the year, which I still agree with
Yeah,
that.
we base $25 because again, companies look at one another. Companies say, "Well, what are they doing over there? I want to have. Why can't my lawn look like that?" Well, they gotta charge them $25. Oh, I'm only charging 20. Oh, I guess that makes me a dipshit. Um, so Netflix, which is I would say of all the recent streaming services, Netflix, I feel from the outside looking in, has been the most bloated one yet. Because every time Netflix tries to do something original, two things: their movies suck or their shows are good, and they cancel season two. So, and that shit's $25. So Phil Spencer's like, those dumb fucks get away with that. Well, I'm not a dipshit. Do you think I'm a dipshit? Well, how do I not be a dipshit? I'm gonna raise my fucking prices. So I will say this though, devil's advocate. Um, I was not even devil's advocate, more like entertaining advocate. Their roadmap for 25 looks sick. Drill, I made a face because I found out right now Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 is coming to Game Pass.
I
I didn't
saw
fuck
that. I saw
I
that. I
didn't
said,
I
"Oh
didn't
fuck!"
I didn't fucking know that. Yo, that
I
shit's
heard
on.
some. I was hearing some rummagings. I was hearing some rummagings around it. Oh yeah, it's
I
crazy.
didn't. If that shit's day one, like online coop or some shit, like yo, you and I gotta bust, fucking shout out to the Pope, Christ there, let's go. Um,
That's hilarious.
so, um, so real quick, just rapid fire of the roadmap. You got Doom: The Dark Ages, you got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, Gears of War Reloaded, which is the remaster of a remaster. That's also going to come to PS5. I forget that's coming to PS5 day one. Don't quote me. I don't know. Outer Worlds 2, Ninja Gaiden 4. In 2026, we got Fable. And then the upcoming category, you got Clockwork something. The font's too fucking small. Just Google Xbox Game Pass Clockwork. You'll find it. Pun some work. Sorry, we don't spoof everything. Okay. As Joe would say, fucking subscribe. Okay. um, the game I'm looking forward to, State of Decay 3, which I still say, of all the modern cooperative survival based building games, I still say State of Decay 2 is my favorite because every other zombie cooperative based building survival game is an online community. And you know, someone in their mid 30s that has a full ass fucking job, I don't want to play a game where I turn on my game and my base gets raided by people that have no life fucking bullshit. So that's why I don't play Ark. That's why I don't play Rust. That's why I don't play all those other games where it's like, hey guys, you want to hop online? Oh, well, we just got murdered by a bunch of 10-year-olds because they don't have to pay taxes. Fuck them. I hope their parents get fucking audited. Okay. So then back to the roadmap. Other than State of Decay 3, we have Gears of War E-Day, which is going to be the prequel, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Perfect Dark. I don't know what's up with that game. Contraband. Forget what that one was. Everwild. Blade, which I don't know what's going to happen with Blade because even if Blade minimally tries to tie it into the movie, that movie's in production hell. So
Oh, it's not in production hell. It's dead.
it's
It's
like,
it's
yeah.
done. It's officially done. The
Apparently that
yeah.
movie had only apparently the Blade movie what only had like two fights the entire fucking movie. That was
Really?
like yeah, there was a leak. There was a leak. Someone got let go and they're like, "Fuck it. I'm gonna tell the world your Blade movie had like two fights. Fuck you."
That's
And
ridiculous.
um
Just
there's
give it to Ryan Coogler.
there's a game called OD in a weird font. I can't read. There's Elder Scrolls 6 and Toys for Bob Untitled Xbox Project. So remember, everything Clockwork on is upcoming, meaning it's going to exist. We have no idea when. 2028, 2029, next Olympics, who's fucking knows. Um, but the 2026 roadmap as right now is just Fable. So the concerns of, okay, cool, what have you done for me lately? Well, what are you gonna do for me later? Is kind of TBA. And I'm not saying they won't step it up, but right now, here's my thought process, Drill. 2026 will to a point be a gap year for Game Pass because we now know the behemoth GTA 6 is coming out. I think that's minimally fair. I think Game Pass in 2026, we're going to see them add a lot more popular past titles, not new trendy ones. And here's the thing, Game Pass is a great track record of doing that shit. Like when Game Pass got Far Cry 5, I was like, I'm down to replay that game for the third fucking time. Game Pass got Far Cry 4, all this other shit. And so that's the other thing about Game Pass that I think a lot of people forget too, is like Game Pass isn't only day one, what's new, what's the new hot girl shit. Game Pass has a crazy catalog of like the most replayable comfort games like ever. And and let's just be real, dude, with games about to be like 90 fucking dollars for the Switch 2 and probably gonna go up for Xbox. For those of you that they want to, clear out your cache, not kill your cache, go through your library and play your comfort games for, $20, $20 a month. We're guessing to be 25. Still not bad for its value. Now for PC people like us, for like Steam sales, what up? It's your boy discounts. But
Yeah.
but for console gamers, I think PlayStation Premium's gonna see an uptick too because PlayStation Premium's been gained some good games too. Again, nothing like new. That's not PlayStation Premium's vibe. PlayStation Premium is also gains games that they want to play. Um, so I don't know. I think 2026, the second half of 2026, will be a mix of GTA 6 and both catalogs, PlayStation Premium and Xbox Game Pass, getting more comfort, quote unquote, older titles.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my only concerns, aside from the price of Game Pass, um, I'm still a little concerned about State of Decay 3. I'm glad it's on the roadmap, but I'm still a little concerned about it. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see where they just drop like a gameplay trailer, someone breaking down the game. I know you'd be like, yes, oh my god, that's fucking amazing. Like I want that. I want that for you. Um, I'm just a little concerned about their focus on the game. Um, I'm a little worried about Fable. I feel like what they've shown so far, I mean, I guess it's kind of formulaic, Usually they do a teaser trailer and then they do a little more of a trailer, but now the next trailer needs to be a full fledged gameplay trailer. I feel like, in my opinion, because they've done like the cinematic trailer one, or they owe us at least cinematic trailer two, and then a gameplay walkthrough trailer. Um, because the thing about this, Arthur, is that while Xbox, yes, is releasing some solid titles, which I do appreciate, my biggest gripe with Xbox, and it's still, to me, it's still in the docket, is the identity crisis of games that really reflect the brand. Because they wanted to whore those games out. Obviously they have Gears E Day. So until E Day comes out and they actually show, hey, Xbox, as far as us and games that represent our brand, is back. Because right now they're just like Game Pass. Xbox is Game Pass. Game Pass is Xbox. You know, that's, to me, that's one of the big things that PlayStation has over it, is that you're going to have games that are going to reflect brand. God of War, obviously, is an example. But I want to see these games that reflect the Xbox brand be Xbox first and Game Pass second. That's kind of my thing. I feel like they're not creating a brand based games. Like State of Decay is a brand based game. I feel like they're not. I feel like I'm worried about them focusing on it though. And Fable, obviously, right? Like Fable was like, that was one of the fucking games on the Xbox platform. And I would love for there to be a really dope Fable, a great Fable game. I was a big fan of the Fable series, for a while. Um, so, and since they're rebranding it and, obviously new graphics era, curious to see where that goes. Perfect Dark, I'm very curious about as well. I did like that updated trailer that they released more about it. You know what I mean? So it is a first person shooter and there's some stealth mechanics, things of that nature. So I'm like, okay, they're going in a direction that I fuck with. I like this. Now I feel like at this point we either need another one with a little more detail, or maybe even like a beta or something, just to get people attached to it, because no one really knows what the fuck Perfect Dark is if you're not, an old fuck like myself, or that doesn't connect with the fucking N64 era. when it comes to Perfect Dark, or even just like the old school Xbox one, that came out back in the day, right? 360 version.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I give you some good news on State of Decay 3?
yes.
So in September of 2024, so a couple of months ago, um, they announced they're going to be ending support for State of Decay 2 to focus on State of Decay 3.
Oh, good.
So here's the thing. Like one thing, that's one thing Church likes about Game Pass games or Xbox games. They get support for years. Like like you know, I know we give praise for like No Man's Sky for updates, dude. Drill. State of Decay 2 got another update, update 38 in October 2024. Like
Wow.
they have been supporting that fucking game. Another reason why I highly encourage people to play it. Um, so knowing that that community and Undead Labs has been supporting the game for so long, for them to officially say, "Hey, it's time. We've announced our new game. We're gonna start closing the door on this one to open the door for the next." So even though we don't have a trailer, we don't have a thing. If this was like, let's say in their game, if this was any other company saying we're starting support to help a new game, it's like, oh, what support? Your two fucking patches? Blah, blah, blah. No. Again, this is, 38 updates, for years. Just to give you context real quick, Decay Live, State Decay 2, release date. State Decay 2 came out in 2018. And one of its last updates was October 2024. That game's outlasted fucking some consoles. You know what I mean? So again, so when that of all companies say, hey, we're stopping support to focus on this, even though again we don't have anything tangible to see, that still makes me hopeful in State of Decay 3 because Undead Labs is another one of those companies like that's like indie like that Xbox supports. So I'm hopeful for that. But back to your point, the roadmap, you're right. Perfect Dark is definitely an old head game. For those who don't know, Perfect Dark was kind of like a semi-competitor to the GoldenEye style of gaming. Um, yeah. So and the likes of a lot of those other games, I don't know offhand, but yeah, definitely, Perfect Dark is an old head game.
Yeah. Well, great points on State of Decay. So I'm glad to see that the support is there behind the scenes as far as for the two, and then you're gonna be working on three. So I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to kind of let's start seeing what you guys are working on. Because I know at State of Decay 3 it's definitely it's a specific type of game, right? It's not one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, everyone's gonna like this and play this. Like it's a very specific type of game, but it did incredibly well, and arguably one of the best that it's done within that particular framework. So, yeah, yeah, very very excited about that stuff, man. Speaking of games that are related to the identity of the console, Gears being on PS5, I think it's something that we joked about, but then we also were like, yeah, this is gonna happen, because I remember when Phil Spencer and what's her name, Sarah Bond, and then Dickhead MacBooty, they're all answering these questions from like this fake journalist or whatever from Microsoft. As far as like, hey, well, we're starting with these four games, not everything's going over. Like, I mean, they're fucking throwing shit
Yeah.
off the PlayStation like crazy, and we knew that Halo and eventually Gears were eventually going to be on there, and soon enough, we'll hear more information about it. I mean, they're doing fucking the studio that's working on is called Halo Games or some shit, so
Halo Studios.
yeah, Halo
Yeah,
Studios with a weird ass looking like weird font that's not the same as like their other fonts. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
why make a studio named after your game, but your font isn't the your logo's not the game?
Right. I feel
Like,
like
hey, we're
yeah.
Pokemon Studios in Arial Black. Like, what the fuck?
Like
Man.
because I have a feeling that like I can't speak to the font thing, that's just a weird thing, but they're doing Halo Studios because it's going to be on everything, it's going to be on PlayStation, um And yeah, the next big game is definitely going to be that uh, on PlayStation and Xbox. So back to the Gears thing. I'm curious to see how it's going to look. And it's going to look great. And then is it just is it 1, 2, and 3 in Upres or where the fuck it is for the Gears of War Reloaded on
The
PlayStation?
remaster? I thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
one.
Is it just one? It might be just one.
Yeah,
That's right there.
because
But yeah.
yeah, I think it's just one.
Okay. Because if that's the case, and then I know they're going to slowly but surely milk 2 and 3 probably out to PlayStation as well. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Um, and I mean, at least these games are getting life to PlayStation owners. Even like people that like didn't even know dick about the gear stuff, and maybe that's part of the marketing scheme, right? Is for people that have had no recollection or experience to Gears of War, and then E-Day is coming out, right? And is E-Day supposed to be on everything? Is that supposed to be on Windows and on PlayStation, or is that just an Xbox PC shit? Gears of a lot of things.
Hold please.
No worries. But yeah, I saw anything in the chat. The Gears Reloaded is Gears 1 for PlayStation 5, which was announced earlier this past week. Uh, but as far as for, I'm trying to remember what I just asked you.
You asked me if God of War, if Gears of War E-Day
Yeah. Oh yeah.
is coming for everybody, and Google's kind of shitting the bed. I think it doesn't know what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Interesting.
but because I feel like they're gonna keep the pattern where it's gonna come for PlayStation later. That's just me. Because if it's coming for PS5 at launch, then that's like something I feel like that hasn't been talked about
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. It's a fair assessment. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's going to be Windows, Xbox, and then maybe on PlayStation 5, years from now, or whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, I'm just wondering too, man. Like, just because they've been so like careless with their original first party Xbox titles. I'm curious what the reception is going to be from E-Day. Like obviously you have like old school folks that like were like you play the Gears of War games back in the day, but are you
Careful, you were giving them a long reach using the word careful.
did I say careful? No,
Care
I wasn't.
less. They've been
No,
care
yeah, yeah.
less.
Well, that's what I thought that's what I said. If I
Oh no,
didn't,
you said
oh,
they've been careful.
if I said careful, I did not mean that.
Okay.
I meant careless, very, very
Okay.
careless.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, 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 yeah. I meant careless. If I said careful, um, yeah. But I'm wondering how what the public reception will be to gamers today regarding Gears of War. Because it's funny, you're probably going to have a bunch of young fucks that are like, this game is exactly like this game. And I'm like, no, Gears was the original before that game.
oh, it's the guy. Like, guys, look, it's the David Bautista guy from Fortnite.
So fun, just interesting things there. One of the last articles on here, just topics, unless we wanted to shoot the shit on something else. I remember one of the big things as far as for this Xbox or this Activision Blizzard acquisition and the FTC being a bunch of dirtbags trying to turn that shit down and kind of string them along. Looks like the FTC finally has lost its appeal against the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard. So they were trying to take him down and be like, is Call of Duty going to be on everything? Yes. But is it really? Yes. Are you sure? It's like, motherfucker. Yes.
If you can play Doom on a bacteria, you can play Call of Duty anywhere. So I don't know, there's that joke. You can play Doom on everything. You can play Doom on anything. Yeah, someone literally got Doom to play on a bacteria.
Oh, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, dude. If they get Doom to play in that Elon Musk's monkey chip brains, there's gonna be a lot of dead fucking monkeys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So it's just like, yeah. So it's. I'm glad that shit is done. When it comes to the FTC shit. So I just thought that was funny. Because remember, they were really trying to take him down. You know,
Enron, Bernie Madoff, all this other bullshit. Ah, they're fine. Ah, they're a bunch of good, they're a bunch of good fellas. They paid for my wife's necklace. They're cool. Whoa, gaming companies make money. Where's mine? That's kind that's kind of what the FTC said towards Microsoft. Disney's
right.
bought up nearly every form of entertainment, including their biggest one of their biggest rivals, 20th Century Fox. Ah, we got our cut. We're good. Hold up. Xbox is trying to like buy what my kid plays. I need to look at that. Because goddamn, if my kid's gonna call me a fucking asshole, I don't mind it. But my kid's gonna call me a fucking asshole, and I don't get my kickback. That's not how the government rolls.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff, man. Well, that was about it that I wanted to chat about for what was going on this week. Obviously, you've been grinding in the shits with Oblivion Remastered and
So
Untitled
good.
Expedition. It's so good, right?
Ob- Oblivion Remastered. It's like a nice comfort hug of a classic game.
yeah, definitely is because this is your first exposure to it, right? Because
To
obviously
to
you've been
Oblivion,
streaming it.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah. This
guess
is my first time playing Oblivion.
give me your give me your thoughts on that before we close out.
I'm enjoying it. This is the first time I've really kind of been like playing a game with a lot of quality of life mods on Steam. Um, yeah. There's definitely like I think one mod where I'm like not exploiting, but like I'm over it. If there's one thing that has united gamers is Oblivion has the worst lockpicking mechanic I've ever experienced in any game I've ever played since I first started playing games as a child in the early 90s. Worst, worst lockpicking system. And it sucks because as a gamer, when you watch people do it, you're like, that person's dumb. I can do it. And then you do it and you're like, oh no. Dude, the Oblivion lockpick system, it's like the cinnamon challenge. You see someone do it and you're like, well, I can't handle it because they're a bitch. They're just dumb. I can do it. And the next thing you know, you're fucking coughing all over your kitchen sink, and you're breaking all your lockpicks on the stupidest lockpicking system in the history of gaming. So one of the mods I got is something like that, like boosts my skeleton key. So because this is in the world of Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, there are Daedra artifacts. So the Daedra artifact I got is a skeleton key, which is a lockpick that never fucking breaks. So I thought the skeleton key was like an auto pick of like doop doop, press a button, I'm done. So the mini game still exists. I still have to fucking put up with it, but now my lockpick doesn't break.
That's a
I
fair
ton
trade. That's a fair trade, I would say. Yeah.
No, it's not. I don't.
You're like, no. It's just
Dude, I'm telling you, as a gamer, as a fellow RPG gamer, when you see me and you see every other fucking person doing it, you're like, they're dumb. I'm telling you, it's like the gaming equivalent of all these dumb challenges people do. We're like, oh, they couldn't handle that. Oh, I could do the I could put a spoonful of cinnamon in my mouth. Mama didn't raise no bitch. And then sure enough, you realize how cinnamon works, and you realize, oh, like Cheyenne and I, we're both big Skyrim heads. We've put like remember Joe, I put like 300 hours in the Skyrim before the first DLC came out. I put hundreds of hours in that game. Um, I'm telling you, the worst lock picking system in any game I have ever fucking played. Period.
is
And
there streaming footage of like you like picking a like breaks and you're like, fuck.
I got stuck. Joe, I had to go off stream. I legit got stuck.
Really?
So there is an early, so you know, so Joe, you played Skyrim, right?
Yes.
Okay, put it this way.
Many hours.
Put it this way. There's a story quest that has me going through the sewers. To let you know how early in the game this is, Drill, I'm killing rats and mud crabs.
Oh
Okay?
shit.
Early game.
Early game, yeah.
To get out of the sewer is a very hard lockpick. And I looked it up, and turns out a ton of people get stuck. So if
Wow.
any of you are thinking about playing Skyrim and there's a quest of like something of dawn and it says go into the sewers, don't. Get your skeleton key first, then go. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. I like I said, I ended one of my stream show because I got stuck. Because it's a maze. Because the sewers isn't just like straight line. No, it was like legit. Like there's like mechanics to open the next area. It was legit, like kind of a maze down there. And I was like worried to shine. I'm like having an existential crisis. I'm like, man, I've been down here for like 2 hours, man. If I load my last save, it's gonna be all that's gone. I'm stuck. I got good loot. I don't want to be stuck. And it was like 1 in the morning on a work night, so I'm just like, I gotta go to bed, but I don't want to be stuck. I don't want. I don't want.
Did
I'm
you save
trapped.
like before going into the
Yeah, but it was like an hour plus before.
Oh fuck. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
That's a big fucking cave.
So
Or sewer.
So I ended up sleeping on it, going to work, and then coming back on, and I got through a very hard lockpick on a very hard lockpick system at like even though my lockpick was like level 10 at the time. So a lot of saving and reloading when I run out of lockpicks. I will say
Yeah.
there's a troubleshoot because the game gives you clairvoyance like in the prologue. Like here's a spell, nowhere to go. So apparently after I got out, I found out if you do use up all your lockpicks, clairvoyance points you in the direction of a secret exit that only I'm not saying reveals itself. Like you can find it organically, but clairvoyance will only point you that direction when you run out of lockpicks. But yeah, I looked it up on Reddit, and the people were like, "What the guys? What the fuck do I do?" And they're
Crazy.
and that was a and that's a popular troubleshoot. Is they're like, "Look, just break all your fucking lockpicks. It's gonna suck, but then clairvoyance reveals a exit that doesn't require lockpicks." But Joe, like I said, I haven't played an RPG in years where I'm like legit worried like I might have fucked my playthrough. Like it's either like I undo
Damn.
hours worth of work or like I'm fucked. So like what I cannot
That's definitely classic
it
Bethesda.
and it's the worst, dude. Like it sucks because at one point you think you do. I'll be honest, you do learn the lockpick system, but 100% guaranteed. Mid sentence, I was telling Shan, I hit like four lockpicks in a row, like hard, hard. I'm like, oh, got it. Okay, cool. I got it. And then I'm failing an easy quest, and then I'm failing an easy lockpick, and then I'm failing another easy lockpick, and I'm just like, it's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You know what I mean? It's like every time you think you understand the system, because the best way to describe the lockpick system drill, it's not like angle your shit. It's a reflex game. The lockpick system in Oblivion, it's 100% a reflex game. And it's bullshit because picture a Bethesda game. You can zone the fuck out and play for hours, right? So to have you zone out and then all of a sudden have to lock in to like a reflex game, it's just the dynamic is too different and you're just too impatient to fucking do it. Because you're just laying back, killing goblins, killing imps, collecting your flowers, closing a fucking Oblivion gate, and you're like, oh fuck, oh shit, uh, up, up, hey, fuck, because what it is, that's what it is. It's the best way to explain it. It's a reflex game. So when you hit the lockpick up, this when you hit it up, you have to wait for it to start to come down, but you have to pay attention to how slow it comes down. And if it comes down slow, yeah, you have like one Mississippi, like you have like a small fucking window to hit A, and if you don't, you fucked it. The other scenario is you hit the thing up, and if it falls down too fast, you can't do it. So that's what I'm saying. In a Bethesda game where, I'll be honest, real, I rewatched like the first 10 seasons of Simpsons like 3 times. I rewatched Futurama 4 times, and I rewatched the first 20 seasons of South Park like twice when I was playing Skyrim and Fallout 4. Like you know me, I put shit in the background. So that's how I've watched all those so much because I would just put on Fallout 4, never fuck with the story campaign, and just put that shit in the background and just listen to South Park all this shit because the Bethesda games you're meant to like to a point zone the fuck out.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So from going from zoning the fuck out, where I have Simpsons in the background. Oh well, yeah. Well, if he's so smart, how come he's dead? So to go from that to oh fuck, it's an average lockpick. It's like a fucking it's bullshit. So again, skeleton key, skeleton key, skeleton key. Google it, know where to go, and go there immediately.
There you go. There you go.
Well, you can't get to your level 10. So the first 9 levels, good luck and don't get fucked.
We salute you. All right, folks. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for the Games Live podcast. Again, each and every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, discussing all things games. I'm one of your hosts, Darrell. With me is Arthur Thomas.
That's me. Enjoy.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.